Good morning. Welcome back, ladies. We all know that we're in the middle of the holiday season, and that means family get-togethers, work parties, evening parties. So I thought today I would show you how to do this simple holiday look. To me, this is a look that can go from day to night. It can be for a family get-together. It's classic enough that it can be for an evening Christmas party, a work Christmas party. I think just by doing a simple eye that has a little bit of touch of glamour to it and then adding the red lips just makes it a classic holiday look. So if this sounds interesting to you, I do hope that you'll watch the video all the way through. I hope that while you are here, you will subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, and share this with a friend. I cannot tell you how thankful I am to all of you who have supported my channel. It's a very small channel. I'm hoping to grow in the next year, but in the meantime, I still love doing this. So I'm so thankful for you that are here today. And I hope that you enjoy this makeup look. I think it's something fun. Red is a little bit out of my comfort zone for lips. I normally don't wear red because I'm a summer, but I like wearing it for the holidays. So I will add that pop of red just to give it the holiday look. And I hope that it's something that you might try as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started with this look. Okay, I already have all of my skin prep on. I've done all my moisturizing, toning, and everything, and I've actually got my sunscreen on. I've got my Dermatology tinted sunscreen on, so it did give me a little bit of a tint to my skin, but not much. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is prep my eyes with some eye primer. And again, I'm using my favorite one, which is right now is my Ace Beauty. Let's focus in, eyeshadow. I love this one because it does have a tint to it. To cancel out redness, which we all can get, especially as we get a little bit older. Okay, I already did my eyebrows off camera, save time on that. So, to me, for a neutral eye, I have two favorite palettes. Well, actually, I have a couple more, but I brought two of them up. I brought up my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, which I've done a couple of looks on that already. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to not do that one today because I have just recently done. So I'm going to go back to an old favorite of mine, the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I think this is a perfect palette. As the word says, it's a perfect glam palette. This can be used very neutral for daytime, but it also can be used to amp up and glam your look up. And the reason I'm doing the look that I'm doing, I think the look that I'm doing with the more neutral eye and the more neutral thing, and then picking the red lip, that is something that can go from day to night. You can wear the neutral eye during the day with more neutral lipsticks. And then if you're doing a holiday party at your office right after work, or in my case this year, we're going to have a holiday party during work hours. We're going out for a luncheon, a really nice luncheon. So then I can amp it up by adding my red lip, and that's just going to brighten it up and give it a little bit more of a festive look. So this is a glam look or a holiday look that can be used at a casual holiday party, like at a friend's house or family, but you can also dress it up too. So I think this is just a very classic look. Okay, so to start out with, I'm going to grab my BK Beauty Angie A503, my big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go in. So I'm actually going to pick the color that says transition on it, and I'm going to put that right up in my transition. And that just gives you a little bit of depth. It's going to bring this back. It's particularly good if you have hooded eyes. As I've said this before, you don't want to go right in your crease. You want to go slightly above. This is a perfect color because it's just going to make, it's a little bit darker. It's like one shade darker than your actual skin tone. So it's going to bring that back and lift. Okay, then I'm going to go into my next size smaller of my Angie brushes, and this is the A502. It's another blending brush. It's a little bit smaller, and I'm going to pick the color right next to that down here, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper in my crease and out at the corner. And I'm going to deepen this corner just a little bit. And then I'm going to take it over into my crease a little bit. Okay, I'm going into my smallest one, which is the A504, the little teeny one. And I'm going to go into the one right here. And I'm going to just add a little bit more depth at the corner here. I'm just pushing it right into the corner and bringing it slightly like on an angle over my lid. Is everyone getting excited for the holidays? I love Christmas, but I love the Christmas lights. When I walk my dogs at night after dinner, our street, everyone in our subdivision puts up lights, and I just love it. The Christmas lights, the Christmas music, getting together with friends and family. I just love the holiday. It's not about gifts, and I know, you know, lately things cost so much. I know a lot of people aren't able to get a lot of gifts for people, and that's why this video I've tried to pick a mixture of high-end and low-end products, because I know not everyone can afford to buy all the high-end products all the time. So I tried to do a couple of high-end, but then a lot of drugstore. Okay, and you can see I'm sort of dragging this out. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be left like that. I'm just trying to get... It's going to look a little messy, like I said, right now, but we're going to clean that all up and give it a nice crisp line. But that's just giving some depth at the corner there. I'm using my Sigma switch over here. Would highly recommend, and I know Sigma's got sales all the time, would highly recommend this for everyone, for changing your colors and taking colors off brushes. So if you want to use a brush over and over again, I have a lot of brushes, but not everybody does. You don't want to have to keep, you know, getting a new brush and dirtying several brushes for one makeup look. So I would do that. Now for eyeliner, I'm going to tightline, and then I may put a little bit on the top lid, but I love tightlining, and my favorites are either the Essence or the LA Girl Ultimate Liners. These stay on very, very well. Oh, and I'm not done with the top of my eyes. Don't worry. I don't go without shimmer, but I wanted to put this on first so then I could see what color I want to use. Okay, I'm going to give that a second. Like that. Okay, so now the fun part, we get to pick a shimmer shade for the lid, which I love doing. Now here's where you could sort of pick your shimmer shade based on what color you're wearing, because there's very gold. If you're wearing gold and you have a warmer undertone, that's where this palette, it does have a little bit of a warm color to it. It's not strictly the cool tones to it. Or you can pick champagne. This is a perfect inner corner. This one's peach. This one's a little bit more pink. So if you're wearing something a little bit fancier that has more of a pinker undertone to it, I like to pick my lid shimmer color based on sort of that. So today I have just a nice green shirt on. I've got pieces of fuzz on it. A green sweater on, so I can pick any one of these colors. So I think I'm going to pick this one right here in the corner. And this is one of her like cream to powder shadows. I love putting these on with my fingers, and I'm going to start, and it's going to go right here in the middle. And this one's sort of like a peachy coppery color. It's really pretty. Love how that looks. And then I'm going to take the lightest shimmer right here, and I'm going to use that, and it's called Inner Corner. How about that? I'm going to put that in my inner corner and then blend it up into the other color. And just brighten up my eyes. Love this. Love this. This is just perfect. This could go for daytime and then just amp it up at nighttime. I love that. If you wanted to really like do a little bit of amping up in your corner where we put like this color in our corner here, you could take one of these dark shimmers, this one, or that one. Sorry. That one, that one, that one, that one. Any one of those, and pop it over that. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'm actually going to use a brush. I'm going to take my Angie 505 brush, and I'm going to take the one, it says it's called Outer Lid, and I'm just going to pop it right there. And that way it's going to change it from being, instead of being all matte, no, it just gave it a little bit of shimmer there. So that's just going to amp it up just a little bit too, but it's still a nice, soft, neutral look. Love that. I get so excited playing with eyeshadows. Okay, I normally don't put a lot under my eyes. I do sometimes, and I will show you I can put a little bit under your eyes as far as color, but I always wait till I do my concealer. So the next thing that I'm going to do is my mascara, but I'm going to do that off camera. I will be right back. Okay, got my Angie concealer brush here. As I said before, I always like to just put a small amount. I'm doing my little trick. I'm bringing this up, press it in, and that basically cleaned up any excess shadow there. Press it in. That gives you a nice lifted look on your eyeshadow. And then we've got our sponge, and we're just going to press everything in. I love this concealer. I tried this one recently and the Tower 28, and I love them both. And of course, I love my Kosas concealer. Those are all nice ones that are thinner. They're not a thicker concealer, which looks better on mature skin, as you can tell. So, for foundation, I went with the drugstore. This is my Catrice True Skin. I love this foundation. And I know some people say don't dab it on, but everyone has a different way of putting their foundation on. I just put it on, and I'm pressing and blending as I go. I love this. This is my IT Cosmetics. I think this is their Heavenly Skin brush. And I've had this brush for several years now, and I love it, and it's still holding up. IT Cosmetics has great brushes. And I know at Christmas time they have sales on. Refer has a sale on. Not sure how long that's going to be on. Where they have 50% off. And I was thinking about trying some of their brushes. BK Beauty has a sale on, and I love their brushes. So I was thinking about getting some more of their brushes. But you don't always have to, I will say this, ladies, you don't always have to buy top of the line high-end brushes. Sigma has good brushes, and you can get them on sale a lot where they're very reasonably priced. Sydney Grace has some. There are even some on Amazon that I have purchased recently, and I will list those below for you that I love. They are working very, very well for me, and they were very, very reasonably priced. And you get a large set that has everything from face to eye brushes. So you don't always have to spend a fortune. You know, if you can't afford to buy the top of the line brushes, there are nice brushes out there that will do the job. Okay, after we put it on, I always, again, press it in. That's going to help press it into the skin, and it's also going to help pick up any excess. I was pressing in with the brush, but this just goes back and takes off any excess. So I love that. Okay, you know me, I can't do without adding some contour or bronzer or something. So I love doing that. I brought up two. I brought up my Essence Baby Got Bronze, and I brought up my e.l.f. Halo Glow contour. These are both good to me. This bronze in the Essence, to me, it's more of a contour. It's a cool undertone. This works perfect. So does the contour here. So I'm going to actually, today, I'm going to use the Essence one. I'm going to go in with my contour brush that I love to use, and I'm taking it right on the product. And then onto my skin. And I love this because it's a cream one and it's going to look a little bit more natural. In the winter time, I like cream products on mature skin anyways, but definitely in the winter time because my skin is so dry. Putting dry powder just doesn't look good. And always want to contour under your chin to give it that less jowly look. Because as we get older, those things are starting to sag. Even if you're thinner, your skin's going to lose its elasticity. And then I like to drag it under here. I don't just make a line, I blend it out and down because that's where the shadow is going to be. Love that. Now, up here, I like to put a bronzer because I like to give it a little bit more of a sun-kissed look. And we all know, whoops, upside down, my NARS. Love my NARS, and I am in the shade Laguna 02. This is the original shade. I love this. I got my other bronzer brush. I love to just add a little bit of, this makes you look like the sun hits you a little bit and give it a little bit of lightness and bright. Now that we're going into winter, I'm not going to see any lightness or bright. And I don't do a lot of faux tan or sunless tanner in the winter time just because I live in Michigan. This is what's showing in the winter time. My hands and my face and that. The rest of me, when it's like 30 degrees during the day and sometimes colder and it's down in the like to 20 at night, I'm sorry, you don't see my arms, you don't see my legs that often. So this is it. So I wear a lighter foundation color and I wear, it is what it is. So, okay, I am not a powder person. I will tell you that because of my mature skin, I don't use powder a lot. But I do use this. I have a couple that I like. I like the this one, and I do like the Makeup Forever, their HD powder. But what I will normally do, I go into this and I've got a little powder puff. I go in and get some on there, and then I press off the excess on my hand and then lightly. So I could do a brush and brush off either way. I like doing either way, but I make sure I have the smallest amount just to set under my eyes. And then I will do a little bit on my nose because that looks a little shiny. And right under here where I have a little bit more. Pronounced pores, because this does help with the pores. I love that. But I'm not, I can even try to get a little bit more of that off there and press it in. I do not put a lot of powder in. I know a lot of people, if you have oilier skin, normal oily skin, you can take and lightly dust powder all over to set your skin. That is not something that I normally do. I would rather use a setting spray. Okay, we're almost done. I'm just going to put a little bit of blush on. And the blush that I picked is my Bare Minerals bronzer. This is Kiss of Mauve. And I am just going to put a little bit of this in on, and then I'm going to press it in. Because I just want a subtle color on my cheeks, and that's why I picked this color, because it's it's soft mauve and it blends in. So it's just a slight, you can see the flush of color, but it's nothing dramatic, because we want, in this look, our lips are definitely going to be the stars. Now, I did bring up several lipsticks. You know what, I think before I do that, I might take this Angie brush. This is the A501. And I might take a little bit of the color that I used in my crease and put it under my eyes. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a lighter shimmer over that. That's going to give a little bit more of a pop underneath our eyes there. Now, because I am a little bit older, I normally don't do mascara under my lashes. I do sometimes, not very often, because I don't want anything that's going to look darker under my eyes and bring everything down. I'm trying to bring everything up. I can show you what that would look like. Just putting a very small amount under my eyes. Now this definitely gives it a different look. It gives it a little bit more, definitely more of a glam look, but that gives you a little bit wider eyes. I would not go dramatic. Never ever, ladies, put like 2 or 3 coats on the bottom of your lashes. It just makes you look like you have spider eyes. If you're going to do that, I always put 2 or 3 on the top, and then just maybe 1 light coat on the bottom, just very lightly, to give your eyes a little bit more. Now, the fun part comes. I brought up, I'll show you, a lot of red lips for us today. And the reason I did that is because everyone is so different. If you have a yellow undertone, you're going to want more of an orangey red. This is where you can change your reds. There are more tomato reds that have an orange undertone. There are bluer reds, and you can see the one on this end definitely is a little bit more blue. This one in the middle is a little bit more muted, and then this one at the end, to me, is more like a true red. What I would definitely recommend, ladies, is always line your lips. You do not want a red lipstick bleeding. I'm going to do a little bit more of a neutral liner. On my lips. And then I'm going to do something a little bit brighter red. Do we want to go Fenty or this? This is a definite red, and I'll show you what it looks like. I think I got this on a kit. This is where you have to make sure, ladies, you don't get red on your teeth. This is a true red. Well, this normally is not my color, but it doesn't look bad because it's a more neutral one. It's not real orange. But see how this just ups that look. You've got your neutral eye, but this just gives you that red holiday lip that goes perfect with your holiday colors and gives you that little bit of festive color. So I actually like this. I normally would not have worn this, but I got it in a kit and I have not worn it. And it's like, I don't wear red on an everyday basis, but you know what? Makes me think of holidays. So I'm gonna go downstairs, fix my hair. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went, fixed my hair, put on some little red earrings to bring out the festive look for it. So I do hope that you enjoyed this, ladies. I think this is just a wonderful holiday look that you can take from day to night. For daytime get-togethers, for an evening get-together. This is something that isn't super dramatic. It's something that I think anybody could wear. You can wear basically your everyday eyes and then just amp it up with your lips. So I do hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want me to do an eye look or a makeup look that's glam for like maybe New Year's Eve when you're really going out in more dramatic eyes. I can do one of those where you have more dramatic eyes and more of a nude lip if you'd love. I can do that for you as well. Thank you. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I do appreciate you joining me today. I do hope that while you are here, you will subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, share this with a friend. Go out, have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you again in the next video.